Hello everyone, my name's Andy. I am lead designer of this game, Time of Ending, and I wanted to show off the abilities we've been making. So this is just a demo. I'm going to play it in full screen for you guys. This is just a working demo level. We've got some physics blocks we can push around. Our animations are hooked up. These are all placeholder models for the most part still, but the abilities are not. So I'm just going to go through our abilities. So you can swap your abilities by pressing circle and triangle there. You can see them in the upper left swapping, and then they're mapped to their corresponding trigger buttons here. So left one triggers the one on the left, and right triggers the one on the right. That's the biggest of the three icons there. So right now on my right stick I have Earthquake, so I'm going to show that off, and boom, we make a wall of earth around us. We can't get out unless we jump over it, and it will, I can cast it around my friend to protect them from melee enemies, and my AI character over here is trappable as well. So but we can't, because he has bugged out his AI. That's an old AI that I was working on and couldn't get to work properly. Okay, so that was our Earthquake ability. It will also knock away objects that the walls pop up next to using physics, so sometimes it's a little wonky. Sometimes you can get it to launch. If you hit them just right, they're going inside, which is interesting. But anyway, that's Earthquake ability. So it's also going to be able to be used next to cracked objects to break them open, like cracked rocks, kind of like the bomb. So that's fire impact, but it's kind of like the bomb from Zelda. The next ability we have is Tornado Thrust. So if you shoot it at one of these they have a rock texture on them, but they're hay bales. They're going to be things that you can push around. So if I shoot it with the wind ability, it can blow around. I've made them really light to show off the effect, but we'll probably make these heavier so they don't fly nearly as far. And it will eventually work on enemies. Like the effect hits, whenever it hits anything, the effect goes off. I just have to, and it keeps traveling through, so you can hit multiple objects at once. So notice how they both got blown. And the physics is still kind of a little wonky. Visually it doesn't match up. But that's that. And then the last ability we have is Tidal Uppercut, which is this water wood. So if I use it, it makes a geyser and it'll raise these blocks up. The blocks can be bumped around, and when they fall out of the geyser, they fall back to the ground. So we're going to use that to like hit switches on the ceiling and stuff like that. As well, it'll put out fire and do damage to certain enemy types. So we can also combine them to let's see if I can do it next. It's on here. If you combine the abilities, you can blow them around. You can get it over a hump, say, by blowing it over a step. So if you can't push it up, you can raise it up with the Tidal Uppercut and then push it with the Tornado, which sometimes doesn't work. That's that. Now I'm going to switch characters. So normally this gray character down here would cast them, but I'm going to switch characters with my debug mode here. So now I'm switching abilities on the upper right side. And we have three abilities here. We have the Winds of Calm. So this is a wizard who's very weak, so he needs to keep enemies away from him. So this is his like, hey, back off, get your own sandwich kind of ability. I can use it to push myself a bit, so I can walk out to the edge and it'll push me out. Sometimes it doesn't work quite as well. It was working just fine. But I can push this enemy and get him onto the nav mesh again, so his AI continues to work. It's if he runs into a corner of a nav mesh, he can sometimes not get himself out. That's the bug. but I can push blocks away, and it'll basically shield and reflect projectiles and stuff like that. Then we have our main healing ability. So this is the wizard. So he casts a rainstorm on the two characters, and it heals them, and that's your healing spell. So the water at the foot of you will put out fire objects. And the last one we have is Mud Ball. So it has 3 effects. So we have, first it just travels until it hits something. If I hit an enemy, let's get him there. So it slows enemies down. So you can see how he's lost a lot of his momentum. If I can get back up here. Now I'll restart. Continue this video. So there's, we want to put things where they don't fall off automatically when they get to an edge. Okay, so yes, when I use the mud ball over here on an enemy, it'll slow them down for a duration. When I hit my ally, it's going to hit them. Because of the debug, there's some issues, but you can see that it does successfully trigger in the upper right corner. There's a bunch of text going on. That's just saying, hey, you've got temp health right now. So if I hit an ally, that mud is going to make a mud shield around my friend. And then if I hit a block, it's going to, or another prop at the moment, we can have it hit other collidable objects. But it's going to make a temporary block that you can move around and jump on, and it will eventually disappear. I think I put it at 8 seconds. So you could potentially create a block, raise it up with the tidal uppercut, but you have to work together because Mombi has tidal uppercut and your pal has the mud ball, so, or mud block. So that's where we're at right now for our 6 main abilities for our demo, and I think they're working pretty well. There's still some physics bugs, but we'll hopefully iron those out as we get some playtesters in and set up the levels in a less demo fashion. Put in like invisible walls so the blocks don't fly everywhere, etc. But that's where we're at right now, and I hope you enjoy that demo. Thanks.